Hello and welcome to a bonsai vlog. In this episode, I'm traveling down to Dublin to go and do a video with my friend Attila from Fangorn Bonsai. I've been to Attila's now many times over the last couple of years, but this is the first time I'm actually documenting sort of pieces of the trip. To go from where I am to Dublin, it is a 4-hour bus journey. Alright, so we have just arrived in Attila's house. I'm here with Attila. How's it going?
We're making breakfast. It's good. We thought it's not going to rain today, but it does. So hopefully later on it'll be a bit better.
Okay. Hello.
Cookies, did you say hi to Adam?
Okay, so this is a little behind the scenes for you guys. Attila and I, before we do a video, if we're doing one that's like in depth about a particular species or tree or project, we'll sit down, sort of plan out everything that we're going to talk about, all the things we want to cover in the video. That way we're able to demonstrate everything in a more efficient way. So I've got this little book, we're just going to go over some ideas. So we're still discussing the video, but we're just going to look at some of the material that we're going to be using in this video today.
If we will be able to manage to put something after when we took out the air layers, I'd rather do air layer as kind of like a clump style straight away on the tree. So as you see it in here, under what you would see is just a straight branch. But I like to air layer when you have like junctions, and you have, in this case, consider it that's kind of like already a done tree.
Alright, so I've decided that anytime I'm doing a bonsai vlog, I'm going to just do a little quick Q&A in the middle of it. So let's do this. How long do you keep the plastic bag over a cutting? This is a great question, and whenever we take cuttings, which is a method of propagation from different trees, it involves simply just cutting the branch off the tree, putting it into soil, maybe with some hormone rooting powder if you wish to, and then hopefully this takes root. And in order to give this little cutting the best environment, you can put it inside a Ziploc bag. By doing this, you create sort of a mini greenhouse. Every few days or so, it's best to open it, air it out to prevent fungal problems, and then reseal it again. I would say it's best to remove the plastic bag when you see new growth, or if you see lots of roots growing out the bottom of the pot, because then you know it's properly established. What wire do you recommend? In bonsai, generally we use two types of wire: anodized aluminium and annealed copper. In general, the aluminium wire is used more for deciduous trees, where the copper is used for conifers. I have heard of others use things like stainless steel wire. I tried this at the beginning when I was learning. I wouldn't advise it. It's very difficult to use and it can damage the trees. Of course, depending on the thickness of branch, depends on the thickness of wire or gauge of wire that you use. You don't absolutely need to use copper wire on conifers like junipers and pines. If you're a beginner, I would just absolutely recommend starting off with aluminium until you get the technique down, and then later consider moving on to copper, because copper just holds the branches a little bit better. What is the best season to take cuttings for hinoki? If you're referring to like the hinoki cypress, or even I would just say the majority of cuttings, the best time is like early to midsummer. The key is to take the cutting when the tree is actually actively growing. The same is for like evergreen trees like junipers. Whenever it's actively growing, it's got lots of energy. Before you take cuttings from something like a juniper or any tree, give it lots of phosphorus, and then whenever you plant the cutting, this will just give it lots of the energy that it needs to produce all them nice roots. And that concludes the Q&A. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is now the next day, and we're actually going to go up to the glass houses today, which are these sort of big massive greenhouses. Attila is watering the trees, very important.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we go to the glass houses, we're actually just going to go grab some breakfast.
Breakfast time. A lot of trees was grown from seed. A lot of trees what I got as 1-year-old seedlings. Another lot of trees that I got for bare root season. And again, as you know me, it's 99% of deciduous. If you're going on the right side, we have sugar maples, we have field maples, we have lots of zelkoas growing from seeds. There's already, these are forests in trays. There are lots of redwoods. These are all species we love even standing in water. More redwoods. We have like kind of swampy red oaks. Not really standing in water, but like they have their own underpots. And then this comes to the up-potted 1-year-old, or actually that's their second year. Japanese maples, what I grow from seed. Yeah,
nice.
I don't know, like 10 crates or 12 or so, or even could be more. Few of them had their hard times because, you know, still have their shade netting. Few of the days was really, really hot. They are trident maples, so they are flushing very nicely. More redwoods in a kind of saving. I was just fascinated by how they love to be kind of like the both cypresses just left in water. And so a lot of more seed growing stuff, collected materials. I have a big plum as well in here.
Ah, yeah, it's a big one. How did you get this?
Someone wanted to get rid of at their backyard, so I collected it. The water-loving trees, so with the under trays, that's lots of redwoods, lots of cypresses, bold cypresses. I have this for the ginkgos. That's kind of like the ginkgo section. Even more redwoods and bold cypresses. You see, I'll try to take this one out because it's a kind of exception. But it will be a smaller forest one day, but now I just kind of focusing on to taking up the trunks. So I'm not really planning to cut this back this year. But as you see again, how much growth goes into taking up your trunks.
Isn't it for like every meter of height or foliage length is like 1 centimeter of trunk thickness?
That's a good kind of indicator, yep. I would say yes. So I might air layer it, but actually 99% I will air layer it this next year, and more trunk thickening fields, like kind of more in a serious way this year. So 1 row, it's kind of ready.
This is where it's just straight into the ground. That's gonna thicken up. It's looking really nice.
Yeah, a lot of weeds because you don't really have, you know, I'm not up here every single day, but in some point I'm gonna come up again and just weed out everything.
So these are Japanese larch.
Japanese larch.
They're gonna thicken in no time.
Have again, you know, a lot of zelkoas, a lot of redwoods, a lot of fruiting trees, a lot of a good few junipers and cedars, and it also will be a good place to air layer over this. If you see it down here, there's a good trick for weed control. If you have a lot of, you know, kind of discarded cardboard boxes, because as you can see, I used mulch in here, or like just bark chip, but it didn't really do the job.
It's
It
coming
just
up
was a
through
bit
it.
of a waste of money, but cardboard boxes.
What is this species? The
Some
pomegranate?
Mediterranean stuff, yes, they are pomegranates.
Ah, looks cool. Pomegranates look beautiful as bonsai, especially when they flower, right?
Having more like plums from seed. These are all from seed actually, this section that you see on your right.
There's plum too here.
Yep. Let's check your crabapple.
I gave Attila a crabapple. I think last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
He planted it in the ground. I haven't seen it in like 2 years. Wait, that's it there?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if
The
you,
leaves
when
are
you
huge.
gave me, it was like kind of like that was the leaf size.
Yeah.
But because it's in the ground,
Yeah, it's really taken off.
it's hidden off a lot.
God, how thick is the trunk on that now?
You have the. So this was kind of like the leaf size when you gave it to me.
Yeah,
And this is how much it's kind of, you know,
taken off.
bumping into energy. Because it was like kind of like a tiny one.
Yeah, it was a small, like, it was like a little small cutting I gave you. Now we're going to give this a watering, and there's a watering sort of irrigation system going on here with a tube that runs the whole way down the back of here. So that's it up there. The tube runs the whole way down. There's holes in the tube the whole way along, and this should water it whenever it goes on.
This pipe system called the dropping irrigation system. So you have 2 lines dropping from above and then 2 lines dropping on the ground. So it's kind of like watering for 2 kind of ways. And because I had that many trees, and the last year in pots takes a lot of amount of work and time. So I decided this year, what we mentioned, I just put everything down into the ground and kind of like leave the watering system as it is.
It's not quite like a sprinkler system, it just sort of...
It drops.
Just gently drops down. You can even see, you can see on it the water drops are just coming down there.
Ready?
Rolling.
Is there anything that will...
There's a branch that's kind of catching it because there's a branch in between the two branches.
I just don't want anything to fall on you because I'm kind of fine in here. Neither on the camera though.
I feel like it's going to fall that way and hit the crate because of the guiding branch.
But that's okay.
Aye.
That's okay.
This is one big air layer. Oh my goodness, that's like a whole garden tree in itself. We finished filming some parts and pieces for the air layering video, but this is the part that you don't get to see in that video. It's like, how do you get the big air layer back home once you have air layered it? And this is it in the car at the base of the tree, and it goes the whole way out the back there. So Attila's trying to make it fit in the boot. Just a little bit before it will fit in the car. But it's really, we're not losing much, we're only losing like this much, and this one's going to become a garden tree. It's going to go in your front garden or back garden?
It's going at the back. I will get you a video, or you can send it over to Adam. We'll see when we are back. I wanted to cut off that big apricot tree what I have. And because this is a red variety, that would be super cool to add your garden a bit of more contrast. Right?
So that's this nice dark leaf.
So that's where we are kind of aiming for.
And it is a purple leaf plum. Because this tree's so tall and it's going into a pot so small, it's almost going to be like a big bonsai. It's going to be very top heavy, so if you are doing this and you're trying to get a big tree to establish in a really small pot, it's important that you provide some stability for the tree because it's going to topple over. So this tree is going to be secured to this beam while it's in the pot right here. We can keep it as stable as possible as it establishes in the pot. And there you guys have it. That is all I have from the vlog of my trip, but there will be a video coming out very soon on various ways of doing air layerings, harvesting air layerings, different methods of using air layerings in order to make them into a bonsai. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like on this video. It really helps out the channel a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And let me know down in the comments what you thought of this style of video. But on that, thank you so very much for watching.